That'll work too. Like I said, we're gonna break it up to three different parts. We could just go run through Raw, but with getting into Vengeance, it's a little bit bigger, and we could go on, SmackDown on top of that. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the entertainment has arrived. The most stunningly handsome, charismatic wrestler in sports entertainment is here, and that means it's time for Kayfabe Chronicles. All things pro wrestling from WWE through independent promotions all over the world, and all topics in a hardcore vibe. There we go. With your host Crazy Craig and Broadway Tim, and like it or not, Heat is over. I hate for Jay Uso to beat Gunther at WrestleMania, but that remains a distinct disappointing probability. Would it be terrible for him to go up against Gunther and end up losing? Um,
It's they did it with Cody 2 years ago. He lost to Roman Reigns. So, and I was like, why would you sign on and not have the belt within the first year? And he didn't. I just
yeah,
can't see them pulling the belt away from Gunther. He's your best bad guy right now.
yeah, he is a heel, but just don't hate the guy. I mean, like I said, I wish they had that thing better with uh, uh um Kaiser. That way, that well, they had a good team up there. I don't know. I like the idea of Imperium.
Yeah, they
Uh,
let Vinci go though. Finally,
yeah, yeah. But that's the thing though. When you get these little like mid card factions, I hate to say what they're doing with the Wyatt Six. It's like okay, it's popularity, who gets over for what, and everything like that. But
well, as I said, everything with the Wyatt Six is most likely going to happen because it's like something's going on with Bo Dallas. They're not really mentioning what he's injured or he's got something else
oh,
going on. So it sounds like Alexa Bliss is going to take over. They've been showing flashes, but let's wait for we get to SmackDown to talk about that. As you said, Jey Uso kicked off Raw, and it's as we expected. He was going to pick Gunther because he wants to go against Gunther. You want a good guy versus bad
well,
guy.
my whole thing about that WrestleMania match though, with this one compared to others as well, Thomas, I just want an actual fucking match. 1-on-one, straight up pinfall, no run-ins, honest, respectful, clean finish, regardless. And that's what I would want out of this particular one. Why? Just because of the two involved.
I can't see anything going on like that anyway. So
You see this
I think
going all sorts of screwy.
no, I see it going as a clean fight, like no run-ins,
Okay,
no interference.
okay,
Yeah, if Jey Uso was still part of the bloodline, then yes, I would say okay, someone's coming in to disrupt. But Gunther does want no one interfering with his matches, so Kaiser doesn't bother.
well, they're doing the run-ins and crazy fun stuff now. Like I said, Gunther ambushed and powerbombed the crap out of it, Jey Uso, and I love this though when Gunther was escorted back by the usual gaggle of security consisting of NXT hopefuls. Um, I mean, hey, we all work security in wrestling to break up brawls or be the bump guy. The
Right.
same guys you see every week in the WWE, and it's just like if anyone is like on injury reserve or anything like that, or nursing an injury, things along those lines, you work security. I mean, I end up working security for a week or two with my knee, things along those lines. But
It's mostly developmental people that are using as security.
mhm.
If you're injured, they're not going to have you do that because they don't want you getting injured even more.
Well, they're not even curtain jerkers. We're getting into the curtain jerkers now. We're getting it. Then we're getting into Vengeance Day.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's when Jay chose Gunther at WrestleMania, just extending the brawl. And so far, getting a little ahead though, but whatever. Chamber. I'll throw it in anyway. Bailey, Bliss, Belair, and Liv Morgan so far for the Elimination Chamber.
Bailey's in
They,
elimination chamber.
Hmm?
Bailey's in the elimination chamber.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought she lost. But, all right.
Double check that for me. While you're at it there,
To,
I should have that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, all right. So let's see what happened. After Jey Uso, we had Liv Morgan attack Io Sky backstage of their Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Wait, what? No, that was a while ago.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, the tag match involving Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez and Dakota Kai and yeah,
It was
Dakota
the
Kai
tag
and
team
Io Sky.
match.
Yep, and it was a good tag match to start the pace of the show.
Right.
It's like normally you want to like it really does set the pace of the show, whether you want it fast, how they're going to work it, things along those lines. And it's a really good match overall. Raquel powerbombed and turning into a great match now, and this is awesome chance, everything like that. As Liv Morgan got busted open, that's when she got that nasty gouge there,
Right.
and Damage Control got the win.
All right.
Am I? Yeah, yeah, let's do this. When
Keep going.
KO ambushed and powerbombed them last week, Sami Zayn is injured and pushing that feud between the best friends backstage. We covered
They
this.
did it before. Like, I don't understand why they're doing it again. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I knew there was like deja vu with there somewhere, so they're going back and forth with that.
right. All right. And then they also had backstage moments. Valkyria was walking backstage. Bailey also back there. They talked a little bit. Yeah, Bailey was in the NBA All-Star thing. And then there was the Elimination Chamber match, which was Bailey and that's okay. Yeah, so yeah. I forgot she beat Valkyria.
So I say I'm catching up now. No, my script is off then.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Bailey beat Valkyria. Yeah. I just forgot I thought she was on SmackDown for some reason.
Well,
Sorry.
no, with Bailey, dude, it's about to get a lot weirder with Vengeance Day too. She's playing triple duty with things for some reason. I have no
No,
idea what she's up to, but
she was on
what
NXT because she's got the feud going on with Roxanne Perez, and then she was also part of the women's title, which took place yesterday on Vengeance. But yeah, I don't know. She's basically everywhere. That's for some reason I thought she was on SmackDown, but yeah, she's not on SmackDown. She's on Raw, so which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I rather have seen Valkyria in there because I think they're doing way too much with Bailey. They're pulling her like from one spot to another to another. It's like, okay, who is she going against? Does she have a feud with Roxanne Perez? Does she want the women's title in WWE or does she want the women's title in NXT? It's certain things they could have, had Valkyria and
normally,
Bailey go against Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania.
for Bailey, that would be taking kind of a back step. If anything, she's kind of the veteran of the group at this point. If anything, she's going back to kind of put them over. That's kind of the way I see it. Whatever they're giving Julia in NXT a huge push.
Yeah, there's rumors saying that she's not like the biggest there. She's not the most athletic, I'm guessing. So like there was a comment I read, I forget who said it, but I think it was on this NXT where all four of them were in there, including Charlotte, and it felt like she was the one that she's the champion, and yet she was like the last person to even care about. So, and I think they're trying to like do things around that, and maybe that's why Bailey was there to help. But there was no reason to put Bailey in that match, but they did anyway.
Oh,
So
that's my whole thing is this though. It's like to some degree too. Like we've been spoiled. We take it for granted. Women's wrestling is not TNA, not that TNA. I mean, I do mean the tits and ass. Women bleed nowadays, um, and suffice to say, I rather love the hardcore. There's
yeah,
no strip matches, no divas. We get great matches. I know they're still all hot and some in their own ways, and we love appreciate the gruesome matches like this one between Valkyria and Bailey.
all right. And with WWE, the best women's division is NXT right now.
Mm, That's kind of a part of it, what they're doing there. I mean, in the end, it was a good clean win for Bailey. So
Right.
she's in that. I was a little preemptive there. That is how Bailey got in. AJ Styles back from an injury and
Mhm.
looking pretty good, by the way. Um,
Yeah, no, no issues with the foot injury, the plantar fasciitis. So, that was good to see that he was able to move around easier. Not like the Rumble where he was a little bit more hesitant and not fully there. So that was good. He basically challenged Dirty Dom.
well, I love this though. I mean, AJ Styles come back. So you got Dirty Dom and Carlito Colon skeezing up the place. I just had to put that in there. They come in and skis up the place rather nicely. I mean, I
Yeah.
love the heat that they get. I hate to I hate to admit it, but great heels. Rey Mysterio's punk ass kid. It's a Yeah, and that's me. This was good. The little tussle there for AJ, like I mentioned, who looked way jacked.
Right.
What they've been Meanwhile, what they've been pushing with the Viking Raiders. I'm not going to call them Raiders. You kidding me? Anyway, Eric and Ivar and the Creed brothers from the Alpha Academy.
Hmm.
Um, and sheesh, I love watching me some Viking Raiders. I mean, Ivar is in himself a weapon. I
Yeah.
mean, this was more what I'm talking about too. It's like a fun smash mouth match, and the Creeds knocked out the War Raiders with their tag titles, costing the Creeds the match. But won the battle after knocking the Raiders with the belts and standing over them. Um, well, pushing another backstage talk with Rhea and Io, and it's official Elimination Chamber, Rhea and Io for the strap. So that could be that could be a good fight if there's going to be some sort of interference or
Who's
something
so
going
what?
on
They're
there.
so who is the Raiders' actual opponents right now? Because the Creed brothers, as much as like I would like to see them be pushed a little bit more, it's just there's nothing there.
Oh, that is true though. It's like I've seen a lot of these guys that are just like the next Kurt Angles, things along those lines, and they
Well, that's what Gable was
just
supposed to be,
well, Gable is, especially for a little guy. I mean, even
but
with
he
him
never got
being
like the
carrying,
championship.
not yet. But he's doing. I mean, he's a workhorse, kind of backstage. And if anybody's who's really built for that stuff, yeah, like I said, he's an actual wrestler
Right.
versus what we're doing nowadays. And but it
Yeah, but who's the tag team to go?
yeah, it was just later on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, but still, no, I'll cover that too. CM Punk already qualified, and did a promo setting up the Elimination Chamber, and it goes on like that, and blah blah blah. So like when Logan Paul, who already brought the heat, Punk warmed up the crowd.
Yep.
God, I love the audience though. I mean, geez, this is going on in like Philly or something. Boy, I could only imagine that. Which set up the Rey Mysterio Logan Paul fight rather
Which we knew what
nicely.
was going to happen.
Hmm.
Logan Paul was going to win. He's going to be in Elimination Chamber. So,
Well, earlier on though, it was kind of funny. I remember Mike talking about like paces of the fight too, and earlier on, Logan Paul is just such a drama. Earlier on,
right.
they get a lot of Logan Paul sucks chance, not because of being a douche, but because it's just like, whoa, he's way ahead of himself. Um, but that's the thing. Logan Hellman wanted a fast-paced match, trying to keep up with Ray or vice versa, and that's when they got their signals crossed. But like I said, with that, um, Logan Paul got to win an impressive contest you know, as the show ended like that rather abruptly, as the New Day did a job on Rey Mysterio.
Right.
They didn't even look for updates on that. That'll be,
Are they changing their name? Because it shouldn't be called the New Day anymore.
ooh, ooh, um, good, damn good point. Good point. I like that.
New Day. Yes, it is. Not
but
anymore.
with
It's a bad day. Yes, it's going to be.
uh, next week, you're looking at the Punta. Can't call him Penta. Whole different word in the Spanish dictionary, I'm pretty sure. Versus Butch, Pete Dunne.
They had that already, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I
And
thought.
it's not Bush. It's done.
I know Pete Dunne.
Pete done.
Yeah, AJ Styles versus Dom Mysterio.
Yep.
That'll be a
And then
good
the
chat.
final qualifier, which is Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
Good, and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez for that'll be another women's qualification.
That should be second to last one. So
Well, what I can do there, I'm trying. I'm looking. It'll be at the timing. Oh yeah, that would be good timing. Let's go ahead, cut it off at Raw, and we'll continue there.
all right.
Meanwhile, it gives me time to switch out the little script that I've been
What are you
working on
doing
here.
here?